risk matrix can be shown as a square divided into several smaller boxes. In a 5x5 risk matrix, the square is divided into 5 boxes horizontally and 5 boxes vertically. The 5x5 risk matrix uses numbers from 1 to 5 on each axis and has 25 boxes in total. But what do these numbers mean? First, you need to know how to calculate risk. What is a risk? Definition: a risk is the chance that somebody could be harmed by the hazard. Risk. Risk equals likelihood multiplied by severity. Likelihood is how likely harm could occur, and severity is how serious the harm could be. Likelihood. The likelihood of harm occurring could range from very unlikely to highly likely. Severity. The severity of the harm could range from minor short-term harm to major life-changing injuries or death. Low. If the likelihood of harm is rare, remote or unlikely, and the severity of harm is insignificant or minor, the risk is low. Medium. If the likelihood of harm is occasional, possible or known, and the severity of harm is moderate health damage or injury, the risk is medium. High. If the likelihood of harm is frequent, likely or certain, and the severity of harm is serious or fatal, the risk is high. A 5x5 risk matrix calculates risk with 5 categories for likelihood and 5 categories for severity. That gives us the 2 axes of our risk matrix: likelihood and severity. On the y-axis, you have the likelihood of harm. Let's give those numbers some meaning: rare, unlikely, possible, likely, and certain. The higher the number, the more likely harm will occur. On the x-axis, you have the severity of harm. Let's assign meaning to the numbers again: insignificant, minor, moderate, major, and death. The higher the number, the worse the harm will be. If risk equals likelihood times severity, you can fill in the boxes on the matrix by multiplying the numbers along both axes, giving a maximum score of 25. 5 times 5 equals 25. A risk matrix is a way of representing your risk scale to show the risk level. The higher the number, the greater the risk. The matrix helps you to quickly find out if a risk is high or low. Risk equals likelihood times severity. Using the 5x5 risk matrix, you can calculate the risk level from 1, very low risk, to 25, very high risk. If you think someone could suffer a broken leg, but estimate that it's not very likely to happen for the hazard you are assessing, it would be unlikely 2 on the likelihood scale, and major injury 4 on the severity scale. Using the 5x5 risk matrix, this gives you a medium risk. 8. A risk matrix is a helpful tool when calculating risk. You'll probably still want to describe the risk level as low, medium or high, so that it can be understood outside of the matrix.